He was the man who emerged from the windswept steppes of Mongolia to forge one of the largest land empires in history. In this story of epic ambition and strategic brilliance, we follow the rise of Genghis Khan and uncover the truths, legends, and lasting impact behind his astonishing reign. Born as Temujin in the midst of strife and uncertainty, Genghis Khan began life overshadowed by clan rivalries and harsh environments. While the harsh winters challenged every breath and step, his determination glowed like embers waiting to spark a grand blaze. Legend tells us he faced betrayals from within his own extended family, forging in him a resolute spirit that refused to break. At each turn, when hunger or captivity tested him, he discovered a deeper well of resolve. With each narrow escape from impending disaster, he learned lessons that molded him into a master tactician of survival. People who crossed his path caught glimpses of a future greatness, though they couldn't yet name it. Every risk he took, every narrow victory, fueled the momentum he needed to shape his destiny. And in those desperate battles to keep his followers safe, he found the seeds of unity and brotherhood. Yet, the real spark lay in his vision: to unite the scattered tribes of the Mongolian steppe and create an unbreakable identity. Long before he gained his formidable reputation, he was just a resourceful man seeking to protect his family. But adversity never let him remain in obscurity. That relentless push from fate drove him forward, proving that extraordinary destinies often start with the smallest of sparks. And so, a legend was poised to emerge, shaped by the biting cold of the plains and tempered by trials only a resolute soul can survive. Once he rallied his kin and loyal companions, Temujin cast off any lingering doubts and declared a new ambition. Not just to unify local tribes, but to form a force unlike anything the vast steppe had witnessed. Allies came from unexpected places. Rivals bowed to him either from fear or from recognition of his leadership. Many found hope in his promise of shared purpose, and that promise became a compelling magnet, drawing more clans under his banner. He embraced merit over ancestry, letting individuals prove their worth through ability. This approach set him apart from many leaders of the time who relied on birth status alone. Word spread swiftly of a leader who rewarded loyalty and bravery regardless of background. As his power grew, so did the aura surrounding his name. At last, the moment arrived when Temujin's ambitions crystallized and he took the name Genghis Khan, often interpreted as universal ruler. This marked more than a mere title. It symbolized the unbreakable pact he had formed with his burgeoning nation. As war flags rippled in the wind, he transformed his people into a disciplined and adaptable fighting force. The newly formed Mongol Empire wouldn't just stand firm against outside threats. It would become the storm on the horizon, reshaping entire regions under Genghis Khan's indomitable command. At a time when heavily fortified cities and entrenched kingdoms appeared insurmountable, Genghis Khan shattered the assumptions of what an army on horseback could accomplish. He drilled his forces in swift cavalry maneuvers, feigned retreats, and psychological tactics that turned the tide of conflicts before the first arrow soared. While neighboring powers scoffed at initial reports, it wasn't long before they began to realize that underestimating him spelled inevitable downfall. Yet his genius wasn't purely in brute force. He valued intelligence gathering, dispatching scouts far and wide to learn local conditions. When Mongol riders thundered into new territories, they arrived armed with knowledge of hidden pathways, the layout of cities, and the subtle divides in local leadership. In many cases, Genghis Khan offered an opening for peaceful submission before unleashing his unstoppable offensive. This blend of cunning diplomacy and fearsome might was a hallmark of his reign. Like rivers merging, newly subdued lands brought a wealth of resources to the Mongol Empire. From the Persian plains to Eastern Europe, few corners of the known world were safe from the rapid surge of Mongol influence. Amid this relentless expansion, Genghis Khan showed a willingness to adapt, adopting advanced siege weaponry from conquered lands and assimilating skilled artisans into his empire's fold. For those who recognized the unstoppable wave that approached, the question wasn't whether to resist, but whether to join him or watch as his banner soared over their strongholds. It might be surprising to some that a leader known for forging an empire through cunning battles also championed freedom of religion, supported trade routes, and cultivated cultural exchange. The Silk Road, once perilous, now saw caravans crisscrossing from Asia to Europe with a new level of security under the watchful protection of Genghis Khan's network. This facilitated an unprecedented flow of ideas and goods, precious metals, fine fabrics, scientific knowledge, and more. He invited scholars, engineers, and craftspeople from the lands he unified or subdued, embracing innovation in warfare, governance, and daily life. His empire became a tapestry of diverse ethnicities and beliefs, woven together by the practical need for efficient administration and unified governance. Tales spread of how religious leaders of many faiths coexisted, testament to a policy that strove to embrace loyalty over dogma. This environment of relative acceptance, remarkable for its era, nurtured commerce and cultural growth throughout the empire. By requiring each region to communicate its strengths and knowledge, the Mongol Empire became a melting pot of trade and scholarship, bridging worlds that once seemed eternally distant. While Genghis Khan often demanded unwavering submission to his laws, he also recognized that enforcing unity doesn't mean extinguishing cultural identity. This balance, harsh discipline meeting genuine curiosity, was among the most intriguing elements of his legacy, demonstrating that the empire's power wasn't merely about conquests, but also about connecting humanity across vast distances. No historical figure of Genghis Khan's magnitude can escape the swirl of stories. Some cast him as a ruthless destroyer, others as a visionary leader who brought stability to chaos. And perhaps both images are true in their own way. From whispered tales of hidden burial sites, rumored to be discovered by none, to accounts of how certain distant provinces flourished under the empire's unity, Genghis Khan's legend remains larger than life. His descendants continued his empire, though not all expansions sustained the same unstoppable momentum. Still, the infrastructure, routes of commerce, and cross-continental exchanges endured, leaving marks on legal codes, diplomatic traditions, and the tapestry of world history. Modern historians debate whether Genghis Khan was more savage warrior or reformer with an iron fist, but it's undeniable that he irreversibly changed the world's map, opening doors and forging paths that never fully closed. Centuries later, people still debate the mysteries surrounding his rise and final resting place. Yet one point remains beyond question. He chiseled a mark on civilization that shaped entire cultures, sparking alliances and rivalries that shaped countless future conflicts, breakthroughs, and nations. His story persists, not merely as a relic of the past, but as a testament to the boundless strength of will and vision. Genghis Khan, the man from the windswept steppes, lives on in every corridor of history that speaks of how a single resolve can alter the fate of millions. From a lost and hunted youth to the unchallenged founder of an empire spanning continents, Genghis Khan's life reads like a myth, but one etched into the tapestry of our shared heritage. He united warring tribes into a force so powerful that entire kingdoms quaked. Yet he also enforced laws that valued loyalty and skill over birthright, and he elevated learning and free trade to unprecedented levels. Some hail him as a champion of innovation, others label him as a harbinger of destruction. In the end, he was undeniably both, and therein lies his continued intrigue. Thank you for joining this journey through Genghis Khan's fascinating world. If you enjoyed uncovering the truths and legends behind history's legendary conqueror, remember to give this video a like, share it with friends who love history, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shaped our past and guide our future.